I was looking at my whole software setup the other day, and I just got stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Is that classic feeling? Do I stick with this workflow that I know is, pretty good, it's reliable,
Mm-hmm.
or do I jump to this brand new tool that might be amazing, but could also just be a massive waste of my time? That's just paralyzing.
That is the perfect description of the exploit trade-off. It's a huge problem.
Right.
Do you exploit what you already know works, or do you explore something new for a potentially huge payoff? Most people just go with their gut.
Yeah, that's what I did. I stuck with the old way.
But you don't have to. There's actually a mathematical solution for your exact dilemma. It's called the Gittins index.
I've heard that name before, yeah. It's supposed to be this sort of golden formula for making risky decisions, isn't it? But what is it actually, measuring?
Well, think of it like a curiosity score.
A curiosity score like that.
Technically, it's a dynamic allocation index. But what it does is it assigns a hard number to each of your choices, and that number includes, like, a bonus, a premium for uncertainty.
So it's literally putting a price on the fear of missing out.
Exactly. It's quantifying the value of just finding out. The best way to picture it is the multi-armed bandit problem.
Okay, from the slot machines.
Right. Imagine a whole row of them. One machine pays out pretty consistently, but, small amounts. Another one, well, you have no idea. Could be a jackpot, could be a dud. You've only got a few coins.
So which one do you play?
The Gittins index tells you exactly which arm to pull and when to get the most money back in the long run.
And this has real-world uses, beyond just a casino. I read this was a huge deal for, energy policy back in the 70s.
Oh, absolutely. Think about the choice they had back then. You have wind power on one hand.
The safe bet.
A safe bet, exactly. The tech was pretty well understood. The returns were predictable. But then you have this other thing, wave power.
Which sounds a lot harder. Floating generators, underwater cables, a ton of upfront cost, and almost no data.
Yeah.
Your gut tells you to just shelve that idea.
Your gut tells you it's a waste of money. But what John Gittins showed is that your gut would be wrong. The Gittins index for wave power was actually higher than for wind.
Wait, why? Because it was so unproven?
Precisely because it was unproven. The potential upside was just so enormous, it could solve the energy crisis, that the math gives it a bonus. It says, the uncertainty here is valuable, we need to find out.
So the index essentially rewards you for being unsure. It's giving you permission to pull the risky lever.
It justifies what we call the exploration tax. The strategy is simple. You just work on whatever project has the highest index at that moment. So you'd work on wave power.
Until what?
Until the data you gather proves it's not working, then its index drops, and the math tells you, okay, time to switch back to the safe bet wind power. It takes the fear out of it.
That is such an efficient way to think. Always be pulling the highest value lever you can. And speaking of maximizing your impact, if you're trying to figure out where to allocate resources in tech, you should really check out our sponsor, Embersilk.
Absolutely. They're all about that same principle, finding the optimal allocation.
Whether you need help with AI training, automation, or just custom software, Embersilk helps you find where new technology can make the biggest difference for your business or even your personal life.
It really is about finding that highest value arm to pull.
Check them out at embersilk.com for all your AI needs. Now, this doesn't just stop at energy, right? I imagine this framework is huge in medicine.
It's essential for clinical trials. Think about the ethics. You have a standard drug that works okay and a new experimental one.
Right. How many patients do you risk putting on the new drug? If you test for too long, you might be giving people something that doesn't work.
But if you stop too early,
right,
you might bury a cure. It's an incredible dilemma.
So what does the index do?
It provides a logical stopping rule. It tells you, based on the results coming in, when you have learned enough to either commit to the new drug or, go back to the old one, it makes sure we give innovation a real fair chance.
I just love the optimism of that. It reframes uncertainty. It's not this scary wall you run into. It's just a variable you can actually calculate and manage.
We can, yeah. But I should add one last fascinating little twist.
Okay.
The Gittins index assumes that the slot machines you aren't playing just sit there frozen. But in the real world, we deal with restless bandits.
Restless. What does that mean? The other options change even when you're not looking at them.
Exactly. Like a competitor is improving their technology while you're focused on yours. The world doesn't wait for you.
And what does the math say about that?
The math breaks. It becomes something called an NP-hard problem, which is basically a fancy way of saying it's too complex for even our best computers to solve perfectly.
You know what? That's actually really comforting. It means that even though we have these incredible mathematical tools to guide us, the universe is still dynamic enough, still mysterious enough to keep things interesting. There's always another puzzle.
And that's what keeps us exploring.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, please do us a huge favor. Subscribe to Intellectually Curious. And hey, if you can, leave us a 5-star review. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.